Three warning signs you are backsliding in your weight loss and what to do about it. What's up, guys? Marty here with another edition of 101 Insider Weight Loss Secrets. And today I actually have some warnings for you. And I think back to a story about whenever I first lost my 100 pounds. If I was to sum up the success of that, I would say it was through addition. It was only through adding in the right foods and eating abundance of real food every 2 to 4 hours, eating until satisfied, not until full, that the weight was actually able to begin falling off. Because prior to this, I had been trying to starve it out, work out it out, if that's even a way to say it. I was trying to, take magic fat loss pills and drink this God-forsaken detox tea that would make you stay in the bathroom forever. But once I started actually feeding myself, fueling myself properly with real food every 2 to 4 hours, eating until satisfied, not until full, not excluding anything, not even counting carbs and not counting calories, but once the 100 pounds came off and a little bit of time started to happen, something weird began to happen. I started to backslide a little bit, and I couldn't figure out why. And so I'm looking back on it now, and there are 3 warning signs that you are backsliding in your weight loss that I wanted to share with you today, because if you can catch these right now, you can stop this dead in its tracks and keep your forward momentum instead of getting back on that yo-yo cycle and dying a slow death. So, warning number 1, you start cutting and restricting again. And that's right, if you're listening to me up front, I lost weight by eating more, not restricting more. Whenever you start restricting, you put yourself into survival mode, your body holds on to fat, and it's just a bad thing. You start doing things like skipping breakfast, and I can hear you now, but Marty, I don't like to eat when I first wake up. Wait a little while, drink some water, eat something. Get your metabolism kick-started and jumped. That way you're going to have energy to perform and repair your body, because whenever you work out, you're going to put strain on your muscles, joints, and tendons, and you're going to start popping and breaking and getting sick for no reason, because you're restricting yourself and starving yourself and going down a bad rabbit hole, even though you might be getting smaller. A good sign of this is like you get smaller, but you're still getting softer. And, if you start feeding yourself again, you won't find yourself getting sick and injured all the time. So, warning number 2, you're still identifying as fat. Hate to tell you. I remember back whenever I was recovering from knee surgery and sitting at 140 pounds, and I was fat. I remember saying this. I was like, I'm fat. I'm getting fat. Because I was so used to training so intensely, and all of a sudden it was gone. And then I felt that little lull in the action, and the momentum broke, and I started telling myself I was fat again. So, of course, accordingly, I started eating less. I stopped doing the things I knew I should be doing, and my injury recovery took way too long. And you just want to catch yourself as you're making that. You're like, I'm fat. It's like, no, you're not. It's like, tell yourself a more empowering story. Or even if it's, if it's not true in the moment, you can't say like, I'm a somebody with a good body right now, or just a word. It's like, I'm a god or a goddess and Adonis with an 8-pack abs, when it's not there. But you can say that you're on the way to get there, just as long as you're following through and being that person. So tip number 3, you start making excuses not to train again. You get out of bed in the morning, you hit snooze, you crawl back into bed because it's a little too cold. Any slight convenience comes up, you have the slight sniffles that you're not sick for real, but you can't understand why you're just hurting all over. You have these phantom illnesses pop up, and your training partner doesn't show up. Whatever it is, it's just you start coming up and finding and creating these roadblocks in your mind on how you can't get into action of the day and start moving your body, when all you have to do is just put on your shoes and go walk out the door for 15 minutes. That's something. That's anything to get you started. So if you find yourself here, the moral of the story is post-weight loss trauma is real, because the fear of going back after you've lost weight is super duper real, and it will hold you back big time. But if you catch yourself doing any one of these 3 warning signs, then don't beat yourself up. Just know what to do to turn it around and flip the script and change the story. So just to recap, these warning signs are: you start cutting and restricting calories way too much, you still identify as fat, and you start making excuses not to train, even though you know it's given you great results in the past. So there's a free web class that I'm going to be doing later on today. But by the way, if you haven't joined the GearHead Weight Loss Tribe yet, you need to get in there today, because I'm going to give something extremely cool to the GearHead Tribe members by the end of the day if they send me a message. So be sure that you're in the GearHead Tribe. I'll leave the link in the text, or leave a comment very shortly after this video is over. And let's get after it, guys. Let's upgrade our health. Let's change lives. Let's take control like you know you can. And remember, you are one upgrade away.